To start this series, we're going to do whipped feta. We're going to take our 8 ounces of feta, make sure you drain it, lemon zest, and Greek yogurt. And you're just going to blend this until it's nice and smooth. Drizzle in some olive oil. And just continue to blend until you get a really nice smooth consistency. Once you're done, you can garnish with mint, parsley, toasted pine nuts, or pistachios. Now we're going to make hummus. Take your canned chickpeas and pour them into the pot. Make sure you reserve the liquid from the can. Now we're going to boil the beans for about 20 minutes. To our food processor, we're going to add our tahini paste, lemon juice, garlic, and salt. Slowly drizzle in the olive oil. Now we're going to add our rinsed and drained chickpeas. And we're going to blend this until it's nice and thick. And then we're going to add our liquid, which is water, and or aquafaba, which is the juice from the can of the chickpeas. I like alternating both of those liquids just because it gives it a nice balanced flavor. Now we'll continue to blend until we get the consistency that we desire, stopping every now and then just to check and if you need to add salt or any other spices. Now on to tzatziki. We're going to take a English cucumber. You don't have to peel it, you can take the skin and all, and you want to grate that on a box grater. Make sure you drain the cucumber. I'm just using a tea towel, and you just want to squeeze it until you get all the juice out. You do not want it wet. Now we're going to use the Greek yogurt, lemon, some olive oil, and then I like to grate my garlic versus dicing it, some salt, and then you can use mint and dill. I just use dill here. This is such a quick and easy dip. I needed to add a little bit more salt. I'm using fine sea salt. You can use kosher, really whatever. Onto pita bread. To a bowl, you're going to add warm water, yeast, and sugar. And you're just going to set that aside while you get your dry ingredients together. And I've got a mixture of half whole wheat flour and half all-purpose. Now we're going to reserve just a portion of the flour, and then we're going to add our olive oil and salt, and we're going to just mix this up. The dough will be very dense, so don't worry about that. Then you're going to take some of your flour, and then you're just going to knead the dough until you get a nice smooth ball. And then I like to knead it for a few minutes and then just let it rest to allow the gluten to relax. And then we're just going to continue to roll, or shape, I would say. Now to a bowl, you're going to add some olive oil, and then you're going to place your dough ball in the bowl and let it rest for an hour or so to let it double in size. Then we're going to divide our dough into 8 equal portions. And I'm just cutting the dough in half, and then each half in half. So I will have 8 little triangles. You're going to take each triangle and you're going to create a little fold. So you're just going to fold in all the edges, and then you're just going to drag that ball across your countertop to create a nice tight ball. And we're going to do this with the rest of the dough pieces. Once you've done that, we're going to allow the balls to rest for about 15 minutes before we roll them out. And then we're just going to roll these until they're about 1/4 inch thick. Now I'm using whole wheat and all-purpose flour mixture. You can definitely just do all-purpose flour if you'd like to do that. I cooked mine on a pizza stone, which was super easy. Now onto the star of the show, falafel. First, let's toast our sesame seeds, and you can just put those in the oven for about 10 minutes on 350. Now to our food processor, I've got dried chickpeas that I've soaked overnight, and then we're going to add to that fresh parsley, cilantro, dill, onion, garlic, salt and pepper, ground cumin, coriander, cayenne, and baking powder. And then we're just going to blend this until it's got a nice consistency. You want to be able to shape the ball in your hand. This looks about right. That's exactly what we're wanting. Now we're going to add our sesame seeds. I'm going to scoop onto a cookie sheet. I'll link this cookie scoop below. And then to fry it, we're just going to heat up our oil till it reaches 350 degrees. With wet hands, you can just flatten the patties and then fry them for about 2 to 3 minutes. And that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. See y'all next week.